Have you applied to Sussex yet? It's time to get your college education on track. We'll register you for classes, help with financial aid, and set up your payment options. You're just a few short steps away from a quality and affordable education. Visit sussex.edu/apply, fill out the app, and you're ready.
Arthur J. Gallagher Risk Management Services, specializing in public entity risk management, loss control, and self-insured alternatives. Put your trust in Arthur J. Gallagher locally by contacting George Moorville, who served Sussex County schools and municipalities for over 40 years. Arthur J. Gallagher and George Moorville support Sussex County athletes and charities. Arthur J. Gallagher Risk Management Services, business without barriers. For more information, call George Moorville at 973-383-3110.
And welcome to Palmer Field here on the campus of Newton High School as Muggs Media and Sussex County Community College presents the high school boys lacrosse game of the week, and it's a special one. It's the 10th annual Beatty Cup as the host Newton Braves come in with a record of 0-2. First game here in the Pooley Division, 0-1 in the Independence at the NJAC. Host the undefeated Kittatinny Cougars, 2-0. Overall 2-0 in the Independence Division of the NJAC, and this is their first Pooley game of the year. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for joining us here on this terrific night of lacrosse. I'm Dan Cleary, and I also want to thank George Moorville of Arthur J. Gallagher Risk Management, big sponsors here for tonight's game. And speaking of George Moorville, I will bring in the Sussex County Sports Hall of Famer, former Newton star and head coach at Kittatinny, and the man who came up with the idea for this great event, the Beatty Cup, George Moorville. George, great senior. Just let everyone know what this game means.
To both schools, it's one of the three goals. Basically comes down to we want to win a Beatty Cup, we want to make states, we want a division championship. And a lot of heart in this game. Looking forward to it.
5-4, Kittatinny has an advantage. They ended a 3-game losing streak to the Braves last year in a wild one, 18-16. And this is the first Beatty Cup for first-year head coach John Lade. And if you follow lacrosse, folks, you know who he is. He was an all-state player at Randolph. He went to Villanova for a year and then finished a great career at Syracuse. George, just talk about Coach Lade.
Coach Lade, two-time All-American, Defensive Player of the Year in college. Currently plays for, I believe it's Indiana Chrome, playing for a world-known Dom Lastarza, his coach. He's playing professionally. He's brought a whole new speed and attitude and direction in this game, and he's just impressive to watch and to learn from.
Brian Bennington, the head coach of Newton, been here 10 years. He was here when the first game was played, and it was about 95. It felt like 130 degrees, George, at Kittatinny at the end of May. It was a terrific game won by the Cougars. We'll give you starting lineup. Newton wins the faceoff and has possession on the attack for the Braves, who are banged up. Number 4, Robert Giordano. Number 7, Donato Bavacqua. And number 39, veteran Matt Krawchuk. Middies would be Giovanna Bavacqua. Number 12, number 22, Mason Lean. There'll be no long stick midi to start for the Braves. And the long poles, number 20, Kevin Lupo. Number 14, Frank Antonucci. And number 24, Tommy Carson. And in goal, Chris Poliak. For the Kittatinny Cougars, Kevin Murphy, number 6. He had a big game last year. He's on the attack with James Sanford, number 99, and Nolan Wolger, number 24. Middies, Tyler Sweat, 17. Austin Seams, terrific athlete coming off a great football season, 17. And rounding out the starters will be Ryan Conroy, number 26. Ryan Connolly, excuse me, will stay here. On the defense, it's John Joe Macer, number 95. Tim Natelski, the captain, 46. Dylan Fester, number 19. And in goal is Mikey Lackett. Mikey Lackett, a big specimen, also a big part of Kittatinny winning its first ever section title in football. So we are underway. What's going to be the key tonight? Obviously, Kittatinny has scored some goals. They exploded in their second game, first game against Morris Catholic, 6-3. So they've shown they can score. What's the key tonight for both of these teams?
Pretty much right now, Kittatinny's going to be doing a lot of ball movement, working it from the top, going down the seams, basically looking for that second pass. They're very defined in how they're going to run their offense. You'll see pretty much the same thing and a couple different sweats off of it. Murphy in the back, pinpoint passer, very, very good at having a head on the swivel and finding the open man. Got a lot of speed at the midfield. But they're going up against the zone. I don't think you're going to see any man-to-man, and that could take away a little bit of their strength.
This is Seams trying to make the dodge. Bavacqua on him. He sends it back to X. Murphy loses the handle. He'll get it. Lupo all over him.
Yeah, it's kind of an unforced error right there.
So even though Newton is banged up, Coach Brian Bennington said his kids are ready for this game. We talked about it before the game, George. It doesn't matter. The kids really know and appreciate the history of this game.
And there's a lot of emotion right from day one. You know, they're looking back at the end of the football season. As you know, it was Kittatinny and Newton.
Absolutely,
and
on
big
this
game,
field.
and everybody's still talking about that. And now this is the next time we've been together on the same field.
Braves trying to clear. This is Lupo. He still has it.
Lupo's a good athlete.
And he'll swing it over. It could be a turnover. Who's going to
Nice
get to the
check
ground
by
ball?
Dentulski.
Krawchuk, who wore number 5 the first 3 years of his career, who has opted for 39. His brother Nick was a terrific player here at Newton High School. Shot goes wide, and on the backup, it will stay here with the Braves. Good job getting back there by Donato Bavacqua.
Newton's getting good looks right off the bat.
Now, George, you were telling me Lacken was a kid who played in the field for a while and then became a goalie. Shot and a goal, Matt Krawchuk.
Krawchuk.
So
There's nobody out there that doesn't understand just how powerful that first goal is. And a team like Newton, you know, they're 0-2 right now. They're still young and hungry, and they never stop fighting. I think we've seen that through the years.
Well, if my memory holds right, they were 0-2 or 0-3 going into the second Beatty Cup at your field, and they went in double overtime, and it kind of helped them get back on track.
Absolutely.
So the Braves with the 1-0 lead, taking the face-off. For Kittatinny, I believe that's Cagno. Nope, check that. That is the Fogo, Eddie Newcheck, who had a great game last year when Joey Lobb got hurt. He came in and filled the void at the face-off. X.
Eddie does a great job.
So Kittatinny with the possession, 8:48 to go here in the first quarter. They trail 1-0.
And you'll see them get all the personnel on before they start doing anything. They're not looking for breaks. They're looking to settle down, play a really controlled offense.
I tell you, George, over the years, you started the program at Kittatinny, and the guys that have come after you with tremendous lacrosse backgrounds.
Yes.
I mean, Spence Miller's a Hall of Famer.
Gordon Galloway.
Played and coached in college.
He just had really, really good luck to get somebody of John Lade's character and quality and the abilities he has. It's really awesome.
Sweat dumps it back to X. This is Murphy looking, tries to feed. Ground ball loose. Who's going to come up with it? And it will be the Braves.
As always, ground balls. Who's fighting the hardest? Who's taking it 360 up and down? Nice play by Matt Voss.
Chance here for the Braves. Unsettled, shot wide. Newton will stay on the back of Krawchuk just wide.
That's the 5th shot Newton's taken in a very short period of time when Kittatinny hasn't even put one on the goal yet.
McCann with the feed, broken up. Nicely done there by the Kittatinny defense. Tyler Sweat.
That's from behind.
It will be Kittatinny ball with 7:29 to go. George, I think at this time last year it was 7-5.
It never stopped last year. I think they traded the long poles in.
Oh, boy. We were joking while you were trying to describe the goal. Another one was scored.
It was nonstop, no question about that.
It certainly was. Boy, when I see number 24 out there for Kittatinny, that's Nolan Waldron, I think of Cody Romano.
Yeah.
Boy, was he a player, and now playing football at Penn State.
Yeah, suiting up with the team. Saw him, he's really grown. Man, I've just filled out incredibly, and
Well,
great athlete.
Tremendous athlete, great body. He went to Blair for a year, and honed his football game and playing there, but he was a tremendous, as you know, a great lacrosse player. This is Tyler Sweat. Shot save, Poliak. Ground ball. Who's going to get to it? Good work there by James Sanford, the sophomore. He had 3 goals in the win over Parsippany, 16-4 win for the Cougars. This is Murphy. Murphy.
They're not forcing shots. John's got a lot of discipline being played when you can go, when you can't go, when it's best just to bring it down the alley, throw it behind.
A possession game thus far for Kittatinny. They've yet to score, but they've had the majority of the possession, trying to feed the crease. Sanford gets hit. Ball's loose, and Poliak's going to cover it up. Poliak, and broken up there by Austin Seams.
Austin Seams,
and
great
a goal.
job. Unforced error turned into a goal.
So Austin Seams ties this at 1 apiece with 5:59 to go here in the first quarter. Seams, as we said, had a great year for Kittatinny football, winning that section title. And has a big goal here to tie things up here in the 10th annual Beatty Cup. George, has it really been 10 years?
Hard to believe.
I can't believe it.
Seems really doing a good job. Both quick ride, making it look like he's headed upfield, intercepts a pass, brings it in.
We'll head back to face-off X. Eddie Newcheck. Well, we'll just call him Eddie, right? Is that
Eddie.
what we decided?
Yep.
Eddie. Eddie's at the face-off X. He's going to win it.
And he pushes it.
Looks for Murphy,
Nope.
Scoots by. Doubled up by Kittatinny, they'll send it back to Poliak. And with Russell Everdeen graduating from Sparta, someone that you know, you played, I believe, with his dad, Dane Armstrong.
Yeah.
Or you coached his dad. I don't know.
Yep. Dane's having a good year
Great
already,
year
too.
for Pope John. Maybe taking that mantle as a top face-off guy in the area.
And Dane's had a lot of coaches. He's been with Batista from Notre Dame, had a lot of time with him, and really turning great job.
Pope John undefeated early in the year. Murphy looks to feed, looking for Sweat. Ball bounces around, and Kittatinny will come. Excuse me, Newton will come up with it. Anthony
Newton's zone
McCann
is doing the job right now. There's no question.
coming back to scoop that up is Dylan Festa.
Festa, good, strong stick.
Under 5 minutes to go, first quarter. We are tied at 1. Want to thank George Moorville and Arthur J. Gallagher Risk Management for being a sponsor of tonight's game, as well as Sussex County Community College.
And again, you can see Lade's whole idea is you get all the players on the field that you want. You don't have to force anything. And everything looks the same way it did the first time around. And then you'll see a lot of different sets off of it, but really controlled.
Very much a patient set here. Waldron pops back out, sends it up top. Seams and Sweat up top. This is Sanford. Lupo on him with the long pole. And George, all about matchups. You want to get a shorty on a shorty.
Absolutely.
And see what you can do. This is Seams. Just as we said, he sends it back to X to Murphy. Scoots through. Sweat with the dodge.
Nice
Another
move
dodge.
by Sweat.
Shot. And a goal. Tyler Sweat. Two terrific
Again,
dodges.
somebody took a little piece off of that through timing off for the goalie. Almost stopped it before it got to the cage.
So Kittatinny takes its first lead of the game with 3:48 to go here in the first quarter. Their patience paying off. The first goal was off a turnover.
Both Tyler and Seams, very, very smart lacrosse players. They know where to be, when to take the shots. You'll see most of the offense up top between those two.
So back to the face-off X, our friend Eddie. Won the last one. Kick back, who's going to get to it? And a nice ground ball win for the moment. And we'll
Push
have a
from behind, going the other way.
That was good hustle, though, by Eddie Netchuk trying to get to the ball after the face-off.
All right, so for the first one, Newton, and Eddie's taking the next 3.
Ball pops loose after the double. This is Krawcheck,
They got
unsettled.
numbers.
Shot pops out of his cross. That was Robert Giordano, just a freshman. George, you look at that Newton roster. It's filled with freshmen.
A lot of youngsters.
Lacking gets it. He sends it out to Sweat. Let's see if he can get to it.
Sweat's got some speed, and they got numbers now.
Dumps it off. Great passing. Shot. And it goes wide. Did Poliak get a piece of that? But
That could have been the new record for assists in the Kittatinny history. He's going to be taking over the #1 assist total in a career from Kevin Nissel with his next assists.
Nissel's not going to run out in the field and try to stop him, is he? Kevin, the assistant here at Kittatinny.
No, Murphy's done a really good job. He's got a great set of eyes, sees what's happening on the field, and takes advantage.
I mean, it'd be safe to say Nissel, Garrett Armstrong, Dylan Wonder, those are kind of the Mount Rushmore of Kittatinny lacrosse over the years.
Yeah. And speaking of Joey Lobb, unfortunately, he had another ACL about 4 weeks ago. And
shot, save. Tommy Carson trying to get rid of it. Good job by the Cougars. We'll have a whistle.
It stays in the attack. Joey was practicing that at Misericordia, and freak accident, 3rd year in a row, ACL tear.
Oh boy.
He was out there with the Vandenbergs, playing the same team.
We're just going to mention Ryan and Kyle, huge parts of the Newton tradition. Shot wide. I'm sure one of them has the Newton all-time scoring record. And there was kids like Logan Kellenberger, played for 4 years for Newton. They've had some really nice players over the year.
Certainly have.
Well, this is Murphy. Tries to get rid of it, looking for seams. We're under 2 minutes to go, first quarter. Kittatinny with the 2-1 lead.
Kittatinny's dominated the possession, but 2-1 in score. So getting good looks.
They're not forcing it, though.
No.
They're not panicking.
One thing Coach Lade preaches is everything is defined. You do it the right way. You just keep going after it. And obviously he knows what he's talking about.
I would say so. I remember him, it came back to me after you told me his name. Seams with a shot. And a goal.
Number 2 for Seams.
(3-1) our score. We're 1:25 to go here in the first quarter.
Pretty much like the same in the first game. Seams kind of picked up the first quarter, started the tempo, and they just followed.
So, as we said, 1:25 to go. I believe this is Ryan Lynch taking the faceoffs, number 27. He's listed at 6, but Coach Pennington said that Ryan Lynch, the freshman, would be doing the faceoffs for the Braves. So, a couple of youngsters, a sophomore and a freshman going at it.
Pretty much all Eddie does, and he's mastered that flip.
Well, the best I've seen up here has been Russell Everding, and we'll have a whistle.
Good time for a timeout.
Timeout called by Coach Slade with 1:50 to go here in the first quarter. And we'll step aside. We'll be right back.
Have you applied to Sussex yet? It's time to get your college education on track. We'll register you for classes, help with financial aid, and set up your payment options. You're just a few short steps away from a quality and affordable education. Visit sussex.edu/apply, fill out the app, and you're ready.
Arthur J. Gallagher Risk Management Services, specializing in public entity risk management, loss control, and self-insured alternatives. Put your trust in Arthur J. Gallagher locally by contacting George Moorville, who served Sussex County schools and municipalities for over 40 years. Arthur J. Gallagher and George Moorville support Sussex County athletes and charities. Arthur J. Gallagher Risk Management Services, business without barriers. For more information, call George Moorville at 973-383-3110.
And we're back here, and looks like we might have an illegal stick here. Yes, indeed. During the timeout, the referees opted to do a stick check. and it was deemed illegal. So it was a Newton stick, I believe. So wow, so for the final 1:15 of this, and the
trying
next
to figure out who it is.
And that's usually
sticks on the table, so Chris Paulson?
Might have been. Stick is on the table, as you said. So, big break here for Newton, trailing 3-1. And they will be a man up for the final 1:15. And then I believe, is it 3 minutes, George, for the illegal stick usually?
Yes.
So the first 2 minutes of the second quarter. So Newton has a chance here to make up some ground. They trail 3-1. And they will start. And this is Lynch. This is Giovanni Bavacqua. Over to Giordano, one of those freshmen. Krawchuk back up top. Shot, save Lacken. And Newton on the backup, Mason Lean.
Lacken has great body position. One thing, he takes up a lot of the room in the goal because he's so solid and square. But he also has his angles down perfectly and really quick for a big man.
Bavacqua. Lynch with the shot.
Nice save.
Lacken with the save.
And perfect outlast pass.
Kittatinny's a man down, remember. So they probably want to run the clock here with 28 seconds ago, right, Coach?
Run it and keep it.
Waldron brings it back. Drifting back, very close. And he gets knocked over. He was playing with fire there, George. You can see that happening.
And he's going to get a delay a game for rolling the ball backwards. I bet that's what they called. Now there's going to be 2 men down.
2 men down. And that will be delay a game. 30-second technical.
Right.
So, but that's releasable. So if the goal is scored here by Newton, they'll go back to being down 1. But for right now, 18 seconds. What do? Do you try to take a shot here, George, or you hold it and start the quarter?
I personally would hold it. There's no reason to force anything at this point. You may lose possession.
I agree.
You know, and I'm sure John is disappointed because that ball should have gone behind the cage. The last thing you want is
Krawchuk with the shot.
And yeah, with 7 seconds left, I'd stand there.
We'll see what they do. This is Mason Lean. Ball pops loose. You want to keep possession if you're Newton. Takes a shot.
Nice save.
Lacken protecting the near post. So, 1 quarter in the books. 10th annual Beatty Cup. It's the Kittatinny Cougars 3. The Newton Braves 1. We'll be back with second quarter action here on the Muggs Media Sussex County Community College Boys Lacrosse Game of the Week.
Have you applied to Sussex yet? It's time to get your college education on track. We'll register you for classes, help with financial aid, and set up your payment options. You're just a few short steps away from a quality and affordable education. Visit sussex.edu/apply, fill out the app, and you're ready.
Arthur J. Gallagher Risk Management Services, specializing in public entity risk management, loss control, and self-insured alternatives. Put your trust in Arthur J. Gallagher locally by contacting George Moorville, who served Sussex County schools and municipalities for over 40 years. Arthur J. Gallagher and George Moorville support Sussex County athletes and charities. Arthur J. Gallagher Risk Management Services, business without barriers. For more information, call George Moorville at 973-383-3110.
And we're back here at beautiful Palmer Field here in the campus of Newton High School. Sussex County Community College Muggs Media Boys Lacrosse Game Week. Also want a big shout out to my partner George Moorville and Arthur J. Gallagher Risk Management for helping us sponsor this game. Kittatinny with the 3-1 lead. 2 goals from Austin Seams and a goal from Tyler Sweat. And Newton got their lone goal by Matt Krawchuk. George, your thoughts on that first quarter? We were saying off the air, Brian Bennington, the Newton coach, should be pleased.
Should be pleased. 3-1. That last shot, actually a great save, and that forces a face-off.
Right.
Eddie so far on the face-offs is 4-1, so a little advantage there. 5 saves.
He wins another one. Kittatinny's still a man down, and it looks like Newton's going to get whistled. So see the foul here, push, technical, 30 seconds.
So that's a push with possession.
And Kittatinny still will be a man down because of the stick check.
Got to get somebody else on the field here. There we go.
So no matter what happens, they are a man down until about 10 minutes or so left.
So what they're going to try to do is probably do a double time with a shutoff.
Checked out about 11 minutes to go. It's 11:53 right now. So it's a non-releasable, which was called with 1:25 left in the first quarter. So got it all sorted out. Kittatinny will have possession, and they have the 3-1 lead. Waldron comes on. Shot goal!
Murphy, nice shot. I thought he was just going to be running and walking, turn away, and took the shot. That's a big goal right there.
Murphy makes it 4-1 with 11:43 to go. A man down goal for the Cougars. So Kittatinny starting to take advantage of the situations of their possessions. Paulson still waiting with he was called for the illegal stick. He's got his stick all straightened out, so I'm sure he's chomping at the bit to get out there.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
It certainly is. Taking the face-off here will be Mason Lean. Newton trying to mix things up, as Kittatinny has dominated at face-off X. Another win for the Cougars.
Yeah, slow it down now. You'll watch the transition game at this point.
Kittatinny gets its proper personnel on. Murphy waiting, Lupo on him.
Now you get Seams and Sweat again up top. Look around, see who's there. And again, at this point, 6-on-5, so just possession is all you want. Try to hold on to that. Let's burn out the rest of that penalty. And they're smart. They're not trying to double team and force something. Kittatinny's just trying at this point. Keep the ball moving. Get it in your athlete's hands. Let them run. Keep it behind.
This is Seams, speaking of an athlete.
Great athlete. Loves to run.
Newton's trying to double, but they haven't had the opportunity too much. We got a whistle here.
He did the swim dodge, which many times looks like you're warding off. But the ref probably made the right call on that one.
Newton was chasing, but really couldn't get a double going, George.
Again, ball movement and speed will take care of that every time.
This is Anthony McCann. This is Lynch. Lynch with the shot save.
Another save. That's number 6 for Mikey. Got a lot of confidence, and the more he plays, the more confidence he gets. The Poles, they know they can move the ball.
This is Notowski. No one picks him up, and we have an offsides.
Coaches hate to see that. Good effort by a goalie, by a pole. Somebody forgets that they got to stay back.
So Newton will get possession. This is Giovanni Bavaco.
I think we are back to full strength. Yes, we are.
Evened up. Just was going to say that, so we're back. So not only is Kittatinny warded off, they score.
Yeah.
So Bavaco will get the running start here for the Braves. 10:20 to go. Kittatinny adding to its lead, 4-1. Here in the Sussex County Community College Mugs Media Boys Lacrosse Game of the Week. 10th Annual Beatty Cup. Kittatinny with the 5-4 advantage. And ended a 3-game losing streak.
Another unforced error. You can't afford those right now.
George, how much did it mean to you that day that you guys won the Beatty Cup your last year as head coach? It also wrapped up the NJAC title. You guys went on to win the Pooley as well. That was just a great night here.
It was incredible. It really was. And all the games we had through the years, there's never been a blowout. They've always been tight. And that one was real special.
Greg Peel was the MVP, I believe, that game.
Yeah, Greg had from the opening face-off to taking 85% of the face-offs for the night. It was incredible.
So we'll have another whistle. We'll have a 1-minute slash, and that will be on the Braves. McCann will head off, and Kittatinny will be a man up.
They will be just as patient doing this as they are in the offense. Get the ball around probably once or twice, try to see what they're setting up. They're working 3 downs, so you'll see the ball come from the back and probably see a skip on one side or the other.
So this is a patient Kittatinny attack. And George, he's got to really sell it because he's got some thoroughbreds out there that I'm sure want to run.
Oh, there's no question. Kind of forced that one in the middle. They didn't have to.
In a scrum, shot and a goal, and I think that's Seams again.
Yes, it is. He's got an eye for it, no question about that. That's a man-up goal.
Man-up goal, and it's his third, so he's got the hat trick with 9:14 to go here in the opening half. And slowly but surely, Kittatinny tacking on. That's what you want to do. Take some time off. And as simple as this, you know as well as anyone, George, if you don't have the ball, you can't score, and that's what's going on with Newton.
And control and possession is what John Lade has been preaching to the kids. And when you have the ball, you are dictating the pace of the game. And he's getting exactly what he wants right now.
There's a lot of lacrosse to be played, but you can go back to them warding off or holding off that 3-minute unreleasable and scoring with 1:25 left when that penalty was scored. Maybe the turning point of the game. Another win for
Eddie
the Cougars.
just continues to make it happen.
Murphy looking for an assist there, pops out a Stanford stick. And Eddie comes back and gets it. Good hustle there, but it will
That's
roll
great
over.
effort.
That was Ryan Paulson with the hustle.
They're calling Natelski with a non-possession push. 30 seconds, right. So here's an opportunity for Newton to come down and get a quick one, try to get right back into this.
Opportunity for the Braves, as Coach Morville said. Krawchuk will start this with 8:52 to go here in the second quarter.
And of course, Coach Lade, All-American defensive player of the year in college when he was at Syracuse. You know he's schooling these kids on way to keep the ball at the outside. You know, don't try to make home runs. Keep your position, keep your stick up. He's doing a great job of teaching. Just like anything else, the basics, they're huge.
Bavacqua, shot and a goal. Giovanni Bavacqua with a big goal to get
Big goal right
the
there.
Braves back in this. He makes it 5-2 with 8:20 to go. So Bavacqua, who's been a very nice contributor to this team over the years.
Absolutely.
I mean, obviously the scoring was mostly coming out of the sticks of Ryan and Kyle Vandenberg.
Vandenberg's. But his name was said a lot last year
Yes, it
during
was.
this game.
And one guy I want to mention, we said a lot last year, who's hurt, Grant Parker. He
Right.
had 4 or 5 goals last year for Newton. He's out with an injury. So that's a big blow for the Braves, not having Grant Parker out there. He's a big kid, and he had a good lefty rocket.
And he was shooting from 12 to 15 yards.
he
It was
was.
pretty incredible.
Another win
Eddie
for the
continues to
Cougars.
get just about every faceoff.
Ryan Paulson puts on the brakes. Seams gets on. Natelski comes off. And Kittatinny will go back to work. Very businessman-like on this offensive end with their possessions.
They're running all their players in from the middle of the field, changing the way that they've done it in the past. Just a great way to keep putting the players on you want in order, very disciplined, very little chance for turnovers.
So the Cougars work it around. Cody Cooper, number 12, has checked in. Almost like a sagging zone that they're playing here, Newton looks like. And Getting a step, it seems, but knocked to the side.
He's got the ability to be in one gear and then just turns it on for about 1.5 seconds. And he always gets separation. And that's basically what we're looking for, separation in your hands and then take it. Murphy's working real hard right now.
He certainly is. Still has possession, comes around. Takes a low shot.
And Murphy just a beautiful job of controlling the ball, controlling the stick. Puts in his second goal of the game.
As he has the 2 goals, as Coach pointed out, 6-2. It's 7:01 to go here in the second quarter. So it all starts with face-off X, and then the patience on the attack. And Murphy drills it home to give Kittatinny a 4-goal advantage.
Very similar to Greg Peel on the face-offs tonight. I mean, he's dominating right now. Eddie's doing a great job. Get the possession back, slow it down, and take a minute off every goal. Tough way to come back.
Absolutely. I haven't seen Sparta yet. There's Newton getting a win there. I haven't seen Sparta yet this year. I'm wondering who is, we've seen 4 years of Russell Everding.
I know.
Is there another kid that could do it over there?
Well, I'm sure PJ will have somebody exciting. PJ Shea moving from Hackettstown to the head coach of Sparta. It was really nice to see.
Coming back home.
Oh,
there's a flag.
Not sure why they called that. Push with possession.
Did you coach PJ? Was that when you were assistant coach
yes.
at Sparta?
Yep. He did a nice job with Hackettstown too. He really turned that program around.
Basically started it and
yep.
got it going. Jesse West now playing at Montclair. He opted not to go to Lehigh. Playing well for Montclair. And Stelios Krudos playing at Villanova.
That was kind of a tough penalty to take right there. It was pretty decent hand check and then pushed off with forearm.
This is Krawchuk.
You don't like to be critical of the refs, though.
No. They can't flag you up here, George. Bavakwa's shot deflected. Great defense there by the Cougars.
Seeing some speed from Festa. He knows how to get down the field. Now Murphy's smart enough to slow it down, bring it outside, and play catch while you get your players on the field.
Nick Verderano with the terrific defensive play, number 3 for Kittatinny. And the Cougars once again have the ball. And
actually, that was Dylan Festa.
Oh, was it Festa?
Yep.
I'm sorry.
Nice. He is running LSM most of the time now, doing a really good job. Only a sophomore. And that penalty should just about be over. Okay.
So Kittatinny burns another penalty. They have not yet really been hurt by the penalties.
No, all 3 so far, or 3 out of 4.
Murphy swings it over as we approach 5 minutes to go here in the first half.
For a lot of the younger kids, you know, they want to get right into a play, and discipline is what this is all about. There's just no question. Kind of a unforced error there, but ball goes over and back automatically. Other team takes possession.
Braves will get it. Donato Bavakwa, one of the up-and-comers on this team, just a freshman. And he'll get it over to Giovanni. So a big possession here if you're Newton. You want to have a smart possession.
Another save. Right now, lacking 7 or 8 saves and making good. They're getting good attempts.
A whistle on Kittatinny. I didn't see what it was, Coach.
I didn't either.
We'll give the possession back to the Braves. Let's see if they work it before they take a quick shot. No, they're going to shoot.
Another save. Boy, he just continues.
George, it's almost like basketball with one and done and rebounding. They take one shot, and that's it.
And again, he's running away from the break. Let the guys get off the field. Another great job. Closest defenseman to the side comes off the field immediately. That way you got the people able to rotate around.
So Newton takes a shot. If it doesn't go in, Lacken makes a save. Kittatinny winning the ground ball and the rebound. He's not allowing too much loose change in front of the goal, as we're under 4 minutes to go.
And they're getting good looks. I mean, they're shooting from 7, 8 yards out. Really quick hands.
This is Waldron. Dumps it off. Right thought. And now we'll roll out.
Again, over and back. Kind of forcing those passes into the middle right now. You don't have to force that, especially with the 4-goal lead and plenty of time just to continue to control the ball.
And this is where Newton has to take advantage of those unforced
Exactly.
errors. Shot,
another save.
Tyler Sweat comes out with it. He's on his horse down the far sideline. Lynch tries to pick him up.
Good speed between seams and Sweat. They can control the ball, take a lot of time off the clock. And again, it sounds monotonous, but this whole offense is set up to settle down and chip away.
So the Cougars will work it around this Newton zone. Back at X is Murphy. Lupo on him. He gets rid of it. 2:40 and running to go here in the second quarter. 6-2, but it feels like 10-2.
Possession's the key.
Absolutely. That's why I was saying that Newton has to take advantage of those unforced Kittatinny errors.
Definitely.
And get a goal out of them, and they're pulling the trigger pretty quick.
The other thing there, when you take that kind of time off, you get a good shot, you get the rebound, come back, you just tire the defense out completely. That's a great check right there.
Good job by Mason Lean. So again, another error by the Cougars. Now, Newton would like to try to take advantage of a little ride coming here.
They're going to try to force him into making a mistake.
And the Braves work it over. Frank Antonucci, nice job.
Yeah.
Lynch dumps it off. Newton fans looking for a shot.
Good crowd tonight as a look around.
Absolutely. It's almost football-esque. Giovanni Bavaco shot
there.
Goal! A much-needed goal from the Newton senior. And Gio makes it 6-3 as he gets his second goal.
Simple face dodge, completely went across, and a great shot, low and away.
Bavaco with a big goal with 1:38 to go here in the first half. And just a 3-goal game.
I'd say the two big differences so far have been face-off and goalie.
Lacken's done a nice job. Chris Poliak, a veteran back there. Chris also coming off a very good football season, coming in as a backup defensive lineman and really made his presence felt for Matt Barzaro. So Kittatinny again wins another faceoff, and they will go to work. Again, when I see number 23, I think Garrett Armstrong.
Yeah.
So I called his name in number 4 years in a row.
I never had a problem when Garrett had the ball.
I would imagine.
Garrett's now a sheriff for the Susquehanna Sheriff Department.
Oh, wow, good for him.
Yeah, glad to see him. Did a great job. Made All-League at Wilkes his only year of playing lacrosse as a senior, as a long pole, no less.
Wow. Well, you could put him anywhere.
Yep.
He arguably one of the best athletes to come out of Kittatinny overall.
Absolutely.
And he had great ones. Greg Kylish comes to mind. Shot! And it goes wide on the backup. It's Murphy.
Right now is when you want to basically get the last shot, make sure it's a good feed, good serve. Take it right down as far as you can.
And again, depending who gets this ground ball, that's going to be another unforced error.
This would be huge. If Newton can put one in right now, this would be huge.
Donato Bavacqua loads up, shot goes wide. On the backup is Krawchuk. So
23 seconds left, plenty of time.
Giovanni Bavacqua gets back out there. He has 2 goals today. Well, sure, he'll have something to do with this final 20 seconds.
Absolutely. And he wants the ball. It's very obvious. Give it to him, and he's going to go.
This is McCann with the dodge. Shot high, back up. 10 seconds.
10 seconds. Still one good set yet. At this point, I think.
Donato Bavacqua has it. And we'll start the clock. 8 seconds. McCann a little high, and that's going to probably burn the rest of the half. Oh, 2 seconds to go, so Kittatinny will just fling it. No, and they will. Seams just sends it down. So, 1 half in the books here at Palmer Field. The 10th annual Beatty Cup. It's Kittatinny 6, Newton 3. We'll be back with 3rd quarter action of the Sussex County Community College Modes Media Boys Lacrosse Game of the Week. Also brought to you by Arthur J. Gallagher Risk Management.
Have you applied to Sussex yet? It's time to get your college education on track. We'll register you for classes, help with financial aid, and set up your payment options. You're just a few short steps away from a quality and affordable education. Visit sussex.edu/apply, fill out the app, and you're ready.
Arthur J. Gallagher Risk Management Services, specializing in public entity risk management, loss control, and self-insured alternatives. Put your trust in Arthur J. Gallagher locally by contacting George Moorville, who served Sussex County schools and municipalities for over 40 years. Arthur J. Gallagher and George Moorville support Sussex County athletes and charities. Arthur J. Gallagher Risk Management Services, business without barriers. For more information, call George Moorville at 973-383-3110.
And welcome back to beautiful Palmer Field here in the campus of Newton High School as Muggs Media and Sussex County Community College bring you the high school boys lacrosse game of the week, the 10th annual Beatty Cup. As we're about to start third quarter action, Kittatinny with a 6-3 lead. I'm Dan Cleary, thanks for joining us. And again, a big shout out to my partner, George Moorville of Arthur J. Gallagher Risk Management, a big sponsor of tonight's game. I'm going to bring in George now. George, get some numbers, and please give us your thoughts on what you saw in the first half.
Actually, it was possession. Main thing Kittatinny tried to do is slow the game down. Had a lot of good opportunities. I'd say the highlights are Eddie, 8 of 9 face-offs, and the goalie, Mikey Larkin, 10 saves. It's great outlet passes. Unforced errors kind of took some time away, 5 by each team. I would say Kittatinny's doing exactly what they want, and Newton's where they wanted to be. They wanted to try to keep it close. 3 goals at halftime is nothing.
Austin Seams with 3 goals to lead Kittatinny. Kevin Murphy has a couple of goals as well. Tyler Sweat, the other goal scorer. Another win for the Cougars. And Murphy broken up. Good defense there by the Newton Braves. Tommy Carson. Goal scorers for Newton. Matt Krawchuk scored the first goal of the game. And then Giovanni Bavacqua had 2 goals, including one with 1:38 left in the half. They make this a 3-goal game. So Kittatinny's dominated the time of possession, as Coach said, but Newton's right in it.
Yeah, no question. 2-3 goals is nothing. And once again, you're seeing the patience to set it up. The first 2 games that Kittatinny played, they played against man-to-man. This has been a zone, and you have to be patient, but you also have to take time off the clock and make good shots, no forced feeds.
Seams sends it back to X. This is Murphy, flicked away. Now, here's the other thing too, George. Obviously, the possession game, they're not looking past this. Obviously, it's the Beatty Cup. They have Lenape Valley on Friday.
Oh, yeah.
You got Togno and Nick Molinari and Joey Hill running around out there. They can score goals.
They
and
got
Fellini, too.
Lenape, Jefferson, and Morris Knowles, I believe, the next 3. So they got their hands full.
Absolutely. So this patient attack will definitely, especially Jefferson, they can score with Matt Capello. And they have a terrific face-off kid in Hunter Gronk. That'll be a great battle with him and Eddie.
Absolutely.
But they still have to worry about this game. Full second half to go, and they have a 3-goal advantage and the ball.
One at a time, and they're kind of forcing the feeds in the middle. They got to just look for the good openings.
This is Murphy. Up top, Seams with the rocket.
There it is, and that would be assisted by Murphy. And at this point, there's the new all-time leader for assists, taking that honor away from Kevin Nissel.
Kevin clapping. He is on the sideline.
Congratulations to Murph. He's done a lot in the last couple of years. He's a great kid. Loves to feed the ball, loves to make it happen.
And Lacken has come to the sideline in goal for Kittatinny's Christian Shotwell.
Christian Shotwell came in the second half last year's game.
Helped turn things
totally
around.
Made a difference.
And it's weird to say it, an 18-16 game, but he did make a difference.
Yes, he did. Who scored that goal?
That was Austin Seams.
That was Seams again. Seams having a great game.
So we'll head back to face-off X, where it all starts for the Cougars as they continue to tack on to that lead. Newton hasn't had many shots, so the percentage is pretty high to have 3 goals. And one again by the Cougars.
Eddie's just he's having a ball tonight. Gonna have to go out, give him a little bit of help. He didn't get the first one. He's had every one since.
And he got mad. Kittatinny back on the possession, just under 10 to go here in the third quarter. Again, want to thank my friend George Moorville and Arthur J. Gallagher Risk Management, big sponsor of today's game, along with Sussex County Community College. This is Seams. He has 4 on the night. And he'll send it back to Murphy.
Now I would expect to see Murphy start taking a little more of the fake pass and ducking around that quarter, and he does it real well.
Cooper dumps it off. Running start here for Tyler Sweat, and goes through Murphy's stick.
Unforced error.
And the Pooley division been dominated by Jefferson the last few years. Scott Reed does a great job there, and
he continues to get the best out of his teams every year.
And I don't know if he wins it again this year, which is going to be very tough to do with a lot of good teams, including Kittatinny. Would they move them up?
They could.
They could. We're going to have a timeout, and that will be a timeout for the Newton Braves. No, wait, did they call it? There was a timeout, yes.
Yeah, Newton called a timeout.
Newton called a timeout. We'll step aside. We'll be right back.
Oh, now they say they didn't.
That's what I thought. They might have called it off. A little confusion here. We'll stay right here, folks.
Oh, that's because they didn't have possession.
Can't call timeout without the ball. There you go. Hey, if you get away with it, it's not too bad.
It came close. Definitely came close.
Teams were heading to the bench. So good job by the officials. As Kittatinny will bring it up.
Confident that he can typically just run his way through. Nice job there. And he is fast.
Ball pops out. Looking like he's running a pattern, waiting for James Franco to throw him the ball. If my memory holds right, when they beat Lenape Valley for the first time in probably close to 20 years in football, second or third play of the game, Franco hit Seams on a bomb for 70 yards, and that was all she wrote. They lumped up Lenape Valley that day. Lupo gets rid of it, middle of the field. McCann. Waldron with a little bit of a ride here. They get rid of it for the moment. Haven't crossed yet, and they'll clear it. And this is Lean. Another one of those youngsters.
He still hasn't stepped in the box. Okay.
Touches up. This is McCann. 8 minutes to go, third quarter.
Good ball movement by the Braves.
A little bit more patient in this possession. Last few, couple passes and a shot.
And they weren't great shots. These two goalies are good enough that you got to have good opportunities.
So we'll see what they do. Try to test Christian Shotwell between the pipes. Nutowski battling with Krawchuk. Krawchuk will get it back, and we'll have a flag.
And he's going to call a slash on that.
Krawchuk shot. And Krawchuk looking for another flag, but we'll just have the slash. So Newton has an advantage here. Man up.
That's Natolski's second.
He heads off. John Joe Mason comes in.
John got some good wheels. Big target right in the middle and takes up a lot of space.
So Newton could definitely use a goal here. And they're a man up.
So far, the man down team has done well. They've only allowed, no, they haven't allowed a goal on man down.
I don't believe they have.
And running off that 3-minute penalty was huge.
Big time. That bridged the end of the first quarter and the beginning of the second quarter. This is Lynch. Ball pops loose, ground ball wins, scooped up by Kittatinny. We'll have a whistle. Dylan Festa had scooped that up, but we'll stay here with the Braves. Lynch to Bavacqua. Trying to get the angle. Good check there. Does that go out? Terrific defense by
Again,
Kittatinny.
John Joe, good speed, knows where he is.
Little ride coming here for the Braves, and they get it back to Shotwell. They'll
Shotwell,
walk it up, come
really,
behind.
really good. He's got great passing skills, a nice lob there. There'll be no attempt at making a quick pass or anything here. They're going to try to take as much time as they can.
Murphy swings it back. Austin Seams comes on. Waldron's on now.
Best way to run off a play.
John Lade getting his players on and off. Terrific player.
And man down again, did a great job. That's
burn off another one.
4 wins on man down.
As we said, Lade was a terrific player at Randolph High School. Went to Villanova for a year and then finished his career at Syracuse. Back when Syracuse was in the Big East, now they're in the ACC. On the doorstep, shot and a goal. And that is number 11, which I don't have on the roster, Coach. We'll try to track that down for you folks, but it gives them an 8-3 lead.
And that was another assist for Kevin Murphy.
And I'm guessing it's that young man's first varsity goal because he's getting hugs from everybody. So we'll head back to face-off X where it's been all Kittatinny. Excuse me. Who's number 11? For you guys.
Brendan Voss, right?
Eddie just continues to rack up those face-offs over and over.
And we got a name, Coach, for the goal scorer, Brendan Voss. Number 11, so good job by him. Congratulations. And a 5-goal lead. Largest of the game for Kittatinny, and every goal from here on out, unless Newton scores, will add to that largest lead. And if there's one bugaboo tonight for the Cougars, Coach, it was what we just saw, unforced error.
No reason for that ball to go out. You look at Coach Lade saying, we got to control this ball. You can't be sloppy, especially with the teams they have coming up.
No doubt. I mean, they have 1 day rest, and they got Lenape Valley. I believe that's at Kittatinny.
Yes, it is. That'll be the first home game.
Calling for rain, so hopefully, I'd like to call it the George Moorville field there that you guys took care of. Although the football field should be Romer/Moorville field. Shot goes wide for all the money you put towards it, George, over the years.
Well, I'll tell you what, it's given me a lot more than I could ever give, that's for sure.
And we'll have another whistle and a flag. Shot goes wide by Bavacqua, and the story of the game, obviously with the face-offs and the long possessions for Kittatinny, but Newton's inability, unfortunately for the Braves, to take advantage of the unforced errors and the penalties.
There's another penalty that John Joe called a cross-check, actually. I'm surprised.
So again,
looked like a slash.
Newton has yet to cash in and the man up. This would be a perfect time to do that, trailing by 5 with 4.5 to go here in the third quarter of the Muggs Media Sussex County Community College Boys Lacrosse Game of the Week. Lean with a nice catch, shot, and a goal! No, save, excuse me. What a save by Shotwell. I thought that snuck in inside.
It looked like
post.
it did, but Shotwell, like I said, he plays smooth and just good call for a timeout. Slow it down, run out another penalty, and
so Coach Lade will use the timeout with 4:15 to go here in the third quarter. We'll step aside. We'll be right back.
Have you applied to Sussex yet? It's time to get your college education on track. We'll register you for classes, help with financial aid, and set up your payment options. You're just a few short steps away from a quality and affordable education. Visit sussex.edu/apply, fill out the app, and you're ready.
Arthur J. Gallagher Risk Management Services, specializing in public entity risk management, loss control, and self-insured alternatives. Put your trust in Arthur J. Gallagher locally by contacting George Moorville, who served Sussex County schools and municipalities for over 40 years. Arthur J. Gallagher and George Moorville support Sussex County athletes and charities. Arthur J. Gallagher Risk Management Services, business without barriers. For more information, call George Moorville at 973-383-3110.
And we're back after the timeout called by Kittatinny here at Palmer Field. George, when you played for Newton, you guys played over at the county college, which was Don Bosco then, right?
Yeah, Don Bosco up on the hill where the A building is. And again, there's an error that just wasn't necessary.
Kittatinny will get it back. Tyler Sweat, unsettled, gets it to Murphy, and he'll settle it down. Coach laid out there like a traffic cop.
Yeah,
putting up the
come on,
hand
set it up.
signals.
And again, one thing he preaches is back to the basics. Set it up, get to the base. From the base, everything starts to happen.
Well,
you know, you still got a little time left in that penalty.
And I would imagine if they go win tonight 3-0 for the first time since you coached.
Yeah, yep, absolutely.
So Cougars looking to get off to that fast start. Obviously, all spring sports, but it seems like lacrosse, once it starts, it's a sprint.
Yeah. A little earlier start on the games this year, too, starting on the 27th.
Coach, while they work this around, quickly just give everyone a little background on Larry Beatty, the man that the cup is named after.
Larry Beatty brought the game to Newton in 1968. He had played at Rutgers. Basically, he was a football line coach and decided we got a penalty out there. I think it was holding.
Non-releasable.
Non-releasable, so had to be something in the unsportsmanlike category.
Yes, indeed. So another opportunity for the Newton Braves. But Larry brought the game here, and
he brought the game here. Just picked out everybody on the football team, gave him a wooden stick, said, "You want to come out and do this?" And we played with him over the winter, just to get used to it and see what we could do. He was a bit crazy. Actually, he was a lot crazy. There were no rules in the game. In his mind, you went out there to win, hit as hard as you can. The basics were catching, throwing, and knocking people down. It was a much different game. And it grew very quick. We had everybody had a lot of opportunities.
Got another flag here. That's going to be on Natelski, I think. That might be his third.
That's his third, yes. Newton's got to take advantage of this.
No doubt. This is their
Has to
opportunity.
take advantage.
2:36 to go in the third quarter.
2 men down early in the year. They haven't faced a boxer one yet, so we'll see what happens. And Newton's got to be patient to take the right shots also, because the one is non-releasable.
Right. And as Coach pointed out at the top of the show, the cup named after his former coach. No backup.
It's got to be blue ball.
Yes, indeed. There was no one on the backup for Newton, so here comes
now when they double and triple team here, you just throw it deep into in the corner.
Shot well, dangerous, and a good win there. And we'll stay here actually with Newton. Matt Voss tried to get to it, but the Braves will keep it 2:18.
I would always go deep, down into the corners, let your attackman try to run it down.
Vivak with a shot.
Big save off his ankle.
And he was screened too. Nice job by Shotwell.
Just run it out. It's a shot. There was no possession after that, and it was shot off the goalie. That should be blue ball.
Well, the Braves will have it back with 2:07 to go. The clock will restart here in the third quarter. Great chance for Newton to get back in this. They only down by 5.
Okay, so the first penalty is over.
Lynch shot doesn't get through. Good defense again by the Cougars. Bavacqua Giovanni gets it. And a timeout, good timeout call by Brian Bennington. You want to get a play going with the man up. 1:49 to go. And we'll step aside. We'll be right back.
Have you applied to Sussex yet? It's time to get your college education on track. We'll register you for classes, help with financial aid, and set up your payment options. You're just a few short steps away from a quality and affordable education. Visit sussex.edu/apply, fill out the app, and you're ready.
Arthur J. Gallagher Risk Management Services, specializing in public entity risk management, loss control, and self-insured alternatives. Put your trust in Arthur J. Gallagher locally by contacting George Moorville, who served Sussex County schools and municipalities for over 40 years. Arthur J. Gallagher and George Moorville support Sussex County athletes and charities. Arthur J. Gallagher Risk Management Services, business without barriers. For more information, call George Moorville at 973-383-3110.
And we're back here at Newton High School. 1:49 to go here in the third quarter. Newton called a timeout, but we are evened up. Shot saved by Shotwell. Getting that ground ball. Doing a nice job there was Chris Paulson. They'll flick it. Trying to chase it down is Ryan Paulson. Will he get there? No, it will go out. So Newton, with 1:31 to go, will get the ball back. This is Donato Bavacqua.
With all the penalties, they've 7 wins. That's a big when you're down a man and you just continue to come back and come back. Good hard rides. They're not giving anything away.
And we got another flag.
Looks like it was offside, so if you're going to be offside, go in and take the ball. No sense standing back there and watching.
Lynch has it. 1:15 to go.
Ball's in the ground.
And that will stop the clock, and it indeed is an offsides.
And that'll go against the end home.
30-second offside call. And Newton will go back to work.
They're not making it any easier on themselves.
No. Shot Krolchek. That caught a pipe, I think. We'll stay here on the backup. Shotwell might have got a piece of that.
I think Shotwell did.
Donato Bavacqua swings it over. We're under a minute to go. And about 10 seconds left in the penalty, maybe less, on Kittatinny. Matt Krawchuk.
Really good D there.
And we are evened up. So another penalty burned off by the Kittatinny man-down defense.
Man down has been the difference. There's no question.
And
another one
flag.
coming.
2 more. Wow.
Natolsky again.
That's 4 on him, isn't it?
That's 4th one.
5 he has to sit.
Yep.
And we'll see what's called here with 24 seconds to go. Kittatinny has given Newton plenty of opportunities to cut into this deficit.
Did he get a penalty too?
Non-releasable.
On number 12.
We had a slash and a cross check.
Well, the last penalty would have been against Newton, so that would give Kittatinny possession.
Let's see if we get this straightened out. The one far side official, he went double barrel, George, with both flags coming out.
It's our,
And so it is
Kittatinny's
Kittatinny
ball. Goes
Yep.
by the last foul.
So we had a slash and a cross check. No shortage of flags tonight, George.
Now, 4, 7, 10, 12. No shortage.
I was going to break out the calculator for you there, Coach.
I'm seeing 12 on Kittatinny. And this is, I believe, only the 3rd on Newton.
So 15 total. Kittatinny will get across. This is Paulson. Seams comes on. He's left unattended.
And that's
he
what you
wants
want
the
to do.
ball.
You get it to Murphy and just settle it down.
Seams was begging for it, Coach, and they didn't feed him. Coming off the bench, always dangerous. This is Waldron with the nice dodge, but another turnover.
And they just, unforced errors are killing them. You can't keep giving the ball back.
Now, sooner or later, Newton's going to break
That should
through.
be the quarter, right?
And that is the quarter. He's exactly right, Coach. 3 quarters of the books here at the 10th annual Beatty Cup. It's Kittatinny 8, Newton 3. We'll be back with more of the Muggs Media Sussex County Community College Game of the Week, also brought to you by Arthur J. Gallagher Risk Management.
Have you applied to Sussex yet? It's time to get your college education on track. We'll register you for classes, help with financial aid, and set up your payment options. You're just a few short steps away from a quality and affordable education. Visit sussex.edu/apply, fill out the app, and you're ready.
Arthur J. Gallagher Risk Management Services, specializing in public entity risk management, loss control, and self-insured alternatives. Put your trust in Arthur J. Gallagher locally by contacting George Moorville, who served Sussex County schools and municipalities for over 40 years. Arthur J. Gallagher and George Moorville support Sussex County athletes and charities. Arthur J. Gallagher Risk Management Services, business without barriers. For more information, call George Moorville at 973-383-3110.
And we're back here at Newton High School, start of the 4th quarter of the Muggs Media Sussex County Community College Boys Lacrosse Game of the Week, 10th annual Beatty Cup. Dan Cleary along with George Moorville, who started this game 10 years ago. As his lights are full in effect, a little chill in the air. And again, George, we were talking the first one, it was about 100 degrees out of Kittatinny. Joey Hogue was the MVP of that first game for Kittatinny.
Another individual that never played, and we get some good athletes, get them out there. It was easy to teach.
Your son Ryan was on that team. That was a Moorville affair that day.
Yeah,
You,
it was.
Tommy, and Ryan, it was great to see. So we're underway here, 4th quarter, 5-goal lead, although Kittatinny is dominated. And the one stat they dominated and they're not happy about is penalties. But it really hasn't hurt
Eddie
them.
comes up with another one.
Unsettled. Murphy gets rid of it. Waldron on the doorstep, wide. Stay here with the Cougars on the backup.
Tell you, so far, Kittatinny shots have either not been on the goal or in the goal.
Once again, the time of possession has been all Kittatinny.
Yeah, we're back to full strength on both sides.
Lean comes in along with Cooper. Lean for Newton, Cooper for Kittatinny.
And I think at this point they're going to be happy just to run their offense. And
That's a rocket by Seams wide. He has 4 goals, the lead all scorer. Giovanni Bavacqua has 2 goals, the lead Newton.
Try to keep possession. Smart shots, no forcing the ball. Newton wants to start probably taking a couple of chances. Maybe some double teams as they come across.
Tyler Sweat, he has a goal for Kittatinny, dumps it off in the crease, it pops out. Another flag as it's getting physical in there. See who this is on.
Trying to figure out what the first flag was.
And it will be on the Newton Braves. I believe that's a slash they called on Matt Welker. So Kittatinny will be a man up now with 10:50 to go. Looking to add to that 5-goal lead. They have the 8-3 advantage.
Just give them a good 10, take 30, 40 seconds off, try to get a good feed. No need to force it like that. At this point, keep possession, get good shots, no force.
Again, they've done this all game, and they've done a terrific job with the patience. Just unfortunately, a couple of times they throw the ball away.
This is good ball movement right here.
And we're about midway through the penalty on the Braves. Kittatinny just happy right now to work it around.
That's good ball movement, keeping it going. Don't force anything. Look for the opening. Pretty soon they should be sending somebody up.
We're going to be evened up pretty soon. We'll see if they get into something here. Trying to find seams on the doorstep. Bodies flying. And we'll have a whistle.
Basically a hold. Guys get tangled up with each other, and
we're
somebody's going out for an unsportsmanlike right now. They didn't need that right there.
Nope. So Kittatinny will be a man up again. I wouldn't be surprised if the officials bring the captains together here, George. Talk to them about the final 9:43. Non-releasable, unsportsmanlike. Wouldn't be a bad move to get the captains together and say, hey guys, we got 9:43 left. Let's play this. You play it hard, but play it clean.
Yeah, there's no reason to do anything beyond that, that's for sure.
As we said, a big game for Kittatinny coming up against Lenape Valley. Newton's next game is against North Brunswick.
And again, I mean, the discipline that Kittatinny is showing also shows how strong they believe in their coach.
As they work it around.
Seeing a little rotation working. Pretty soon they'll go back with one skip across.
This is Sanford back up top. Cooper swings it over. Little game of catch here. Trying to move that, shift that Newton zone around.
Here comes the rotation down below.
Looking for Sweat. He takes a shot. That's another flag. Shot to the head. Tommy Carson's going to get whistled for that. That might be non-releasable too, Coach.
Yeah, they went
shot to the head.
You just can't do that.
No, it won't be non-releasable. The cross check. So Kittatinny will be 2 men up. We have 8:56 to go here in the fourth quarter. Again, only a 5-goal lead, but Kittatinny has been so terrific, as coach has pointed out all night, with their discipline. Shot save, Poliak. And the first penalty has been burned off. That was the non-releasable. Sanford with the spin, he takes a shot.
That's a push.
And another whistle on Kittatinny, on Newton.
Again, I'm impressed with the discipline. They're not forcing anything.
Shot goes wide by Waldron. They're going to see a completely different animal on Friday in Lenape Valley. So
Absolutely.
Lenape Valley's not going to not take advantage of those unforced errors with Togno running around.
Oh, no question.
And
No question.
Nick Molinari and Fellini, Joey Hill, J.C. Spada anchoring that defense. And Newton will get it back. Wait, 8:11 to go. Newton still a man down. We'll see if the Cougars try to double up here. And it will cross. Who will get to it? Donato Pavacqua. He takes a shot. Ball's loose. Who's going to get to it? Shotwell will come out. And we'll stay here. So Newton will get it back with 7:50 to go, and we are evened up. Getting a little chippy out there, Coach.
Yeah, it is.
This is Krawchuk. Nice look inside. And the ball will scoot back. Who's there? It will be Newton. Giovanni Pavacqua on the backup. Oh,
They haven't had a lot of shot on goals in this half.
big possession here for Newton, Coach. Got to get a goal here. And they're going to possibly turn it over, and they do. Paulson comes out with it. And
Called a ward there.
Whistle on Kittatinny, so Newton will get it back with 7:19 to go. So the Braves looking to cut into this deficit when there are few possessions of the second half.
Yeah, the time of possession, there's no question Kittatinny has taken over there.
McCann up top.
Good aggressive defense, too. I mean, they're staying with everybody.
Braves waiting. This is Robert Giordano, freshman.
And it's smart, too. Newton's being patient enough to realize we got to set things up. We can't just run freestyle.
They need a goal, get it to 4, and then take their chances at the face-off X, which has been dominated. Velasco shot save.
Nice save. Man, he's got good feet.
Shotwell with the save. And Ryan Lynch will come up with it. He goes down, no whistle yet.
That'll be a push.
There's the whistle.
Hold, push. Shotwell hasn't had many opportunities, but stopped all 4. So, I mean, he's done a good job so far.
Giordano thumps it off. Up top, good catch by Lynch. Low shot. Lean on the backup will stay here with the Braves. As we're midway through the fourth quarter, 6:02 to go here in the 10th annual Beatty Cup. Newton looking to extend its series lead to 6-4. Kittatinny looking to extend its season series to 6-4. Newton looking to even it up at 5.
If you remember last year with 6 minutes left, there were 7 goals yet to be scored.
Absolutely. There's a shot.
Nice
and a
shot.
goal. That's Krawchuk's second. Big goal
Krawchuk
there.
going high to low. Really nice job on placing the ball in the corner.
8-4, 5:45. And here's the thing, if you're Newton, you got to figure out a way to stop Eddie here. Because with 5:45 to go, you know Kittatinny's going to run at least a minute plus off before they take a shot.
Absolutely.
So it'll be Lynch, pop it in there for the Braves. So a big face-off. Only a 4-goal game.
Hope he's leaving the stand yet.
No, not at all.
They're probably thinking of last year, too.
And George, when we got here, it was 62 with a warm breeze. It's no longer 62 with a warm breeze.
No, it is not.
And another possible win here. And Newton will get it. So a big win for Newton, just what they needed. With 5:35 to go, Bavacqua, Donato gets it, goes off the stick. Big ground ball, who's going to get it? It'll roll over
Should
the
be
end
going
line.
the other way.
And it will be Kittatinny possession. A tough break there for the Braves. They finally got possession after a face-off, and they turn it over. So we'll see if Kittatinny continues. Why
Nice
not?
save, clear.
The disciplined approach with the 4-goal lead and 5:10 and running to go.
Nice discipline here, just making sure everybody's where they're supposed to be, getting the players on.
I believe it was a Beatty cut game when Kevin Nissel was a senior. He just ran around the final 2 minutes. You just
Yeah.
told him to run. And he did. I believe that was over at the old Marion Avenue school field.
Kevin had a lot of wonderful times with us, I'll tell you.
Tremendous.
Still one
player.
of the best athletes we had to ever play lacrosse. Also had a great career in soccer.
Yes, indeed.
Now as the assistant coach here, learning from somebody like John Lade. It's real tip of the cap to him. He's really going to learn a lot and enjoy it. I also like to make a shout out to my brother and my son, who are both down on the sidelines coaching, and
Big part of it.
just nice to see it continue. Nice move by Murphy. Not forcing anything, though. This is really what's important, and is showing how true Kittatinny came in here with a plan, and they have run it to
stuck to it.
perfection.
This is Tyler Sweat. Shot.
Tyler put it between his head and your ear.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Tyler Sweat.
That was
with
quite a
goal.
shot.
His second. Back to a 5-goal advantage with exactly 4 minutes to go. Hey, George, we were talking. Kevin Nissel was the head coach of the county college team for a little bit. Came back to Kittatinny, and they got Steve Minetta, who was the head coach, won championships with Chatham. He
Absolutely.
was the head coach at Mercy College and then at Manhattan. And I believe Coach Lade was an assistant to him at Manhattan.
He may have been. I'm not sure.
And he had Pat Hodap, the
Yep.
terrific player from
Jefferson.
Jefferson, and Reinauer from Sparta played there as well. Well, another win for the Cougars as they have the
He has
5-goal
been
lead.
dominating today.
And you mentioned before you think of faceoffs, we were talking about Russell Everding. Arguably maybe the best ever Jersey guy, Trevor Baptiste, who
Oh,
played
absolutely.
at Denver for Coach Bill Tierney, the former great coach at Princeton.
Like I said, Dane has had quite a bit of work with Batiste, and that's amazing to be able to get that.
Absolutely. And not only the best in the country, people say he's the best in the world.
And possibly the best ever.
And he went to Morristown Beard. They still couldn't beat Del Barton back then. 3 minutes to go. Waldron with it. Smartly gets rid of it. Rocket. And we'll stay here with the Cougars on the backup, Kevin Murphy.
And it's a good take there. Again, I believe they're just gonna keep doing what they've done the whole game. Probably 75% possession.
Maybe even higher. And congratulations again to Kevin Murphy, become the all-time assist leader at Kittatinny, breaking Kevin Nissel's record.
Nice athletic move by Tyler Sweat.
Up top.
Sweat and Seams both have done a heck of a job of controlling everything at the top.
This is Sanford, back up top, 2:30 and running.
And right now, Newton's got to start taking some chances, pressing a little bit if they have to.
Double up the ball. But they have to be smart about it. They can't get
Nice move by Murphy.
they can't get flags when they're doing it. And good defense there. Lupo trying to get it. We'll have a whistle push. Newton will get it back with 2:11 to go.
One thing you see by both teams, nobody stopped hustling. Everybody's working hard still.
Absolutely. Terrific effort by both teams.
Good, strong rides both ways.
Broken up there.
And
good
once again,
defense.
Seams coming up with the ball. He's been all over the field.
Pavaco all over him. There's a flag.
A little bit of frustration there. Not necessary.
It'll be on Lynch. One minute cross check with 1:43 to go. So barring a miracle, Kittatinny is going to win its 6th Beatty Cup title. The cup will remain in Hampton. Now, George, do you come over wearing the gloves like they do in the Stanley Cup and you carry it over?
No, I just make the phone call to make sure they remember to bring the cup.
So you don't come over and have like a Wells Fargo bring it in a truck?
No. The nice part for me is, got a lot of motion for both teams.
Yes.
I love to see how hard the kids play. They know each other on and off the field.
Shot and a goal.
Blake Dipple.
Blake Dipple, who's been banged up.
Yeah,
gets
it's
the
nice
goal.
to see that. A good way to end it. That's a 3rd assist for Kevin Murphy.
So 1:23 to go. Man up goal for the Cougars. And again, not a real quick turnaround. You got tomorrow, a little practice, and then you got to host a very good Lenape Valley team at a big Pooley Division showdown.
I can't say enough about John Lade. I think he's instilled the confidence that we can go out there and play the right way and win. And if you just believe in me, follow what I'm telling you, it'll work. And we're very, very lucky to have him. And Eddie's had a great game.
He certainly has. He's going to take the shot, save Poliak.
I figured sooner or later he was going to take a shot.
Absolutely. Up by 6, he might as well. For our score, 1:08 to go.
You had said early on you thought it was going to be about 11, 12, 4-game type of game. You were right on, as you usually are, Dan.
Broken clock is right twice a day, George.
Once again, coming up with the ground ball, it seems. He's really done a great job today. Never stopped hustling throughout the entire game.
As he'll send it in, we're under a minute to go, so congratulations, John Lade in his first Beatty Cup, just like Coach Moorville, gets a victory.
That's about the only thing we have in common.
I think you're selling yourself short there, George. You had a tremendous college career. Barreling in, there's the whistle that'll stop play. And you know what we got to work on, George, from here on out? You're the first and only lacrosse player in the Sussex County Hall of Fame. It's time to add to that list.
Yeah, I got some names in mind, and I'd love to see it happen.
You remember, I'm on the board. Let's get this done. We got to get some lacrosse guys in there. And the good thing is most of these guys were multiple sport athletes and good in other sports.
Oh, absolutely.
So those who don't know anything about lacrosse can say, well, he was a good football or basketball player or a soccer player. So we got to get them in there.
I agree.
A bunch of kids in Sparta from back in the day are all eligible now. They've been out of high school more than 10 years.
Yeah, absolutely. And we had some real good kids back then. Just time to get a little bit of publicity going for each of them.
Absolutely. We'll have to work on that. 20 seconds to go. So another flag, why not?
Best thing they can do right now is run the ball clock out.
Absolutely. So congratulations to John Lade. They will play Lenape Valley on Friday. Newton will play North Brunswick. Don't know much about North Brunswick lacrosse, but hopefully Newton can give a good account of themselves and get that first win. And the Pooley division is going to be battled. Kittatinny, Jefferson, and Lenape Valley, and we'll know a lot after Friday, Coach. So Newton will look to try to get another goal before this is said and done. But Vaco off the post. Unlucky there.
Goalies have done a great job, Kittatinny.
And they will just clear
There
it.
it goes.
And Kittatinny will win the Beatty Cup for the 6th time in 10 years with a 10-4 victory. That'll wrap it up here from Palmer Field. From my partner, George Morville, who did a great job as always, and he will be giving out the MVPs and the trophy. I'm Dane Cleary, our cameraman, Tyler Atkins. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon on MugsMedia.com's YouTube page.
First of all, congratulations to everybody. This is number 10. We've been doing this for 10 years now. 6-4, they're always close. They're always hard fought. Nobody ever gives up. I look at both sides, I see nothing but heart, desire to play a game. The creator's game that goes back a long ways in the history of our country. You guys all made us proud today, but keeping that spirit, playing hard and long. Every year we give out 2 MVPs, one from each team. As we looked around, I'd say Giovanna Bavacqua, you had one heck of a game. I've been calling that name year after year, and I just want to congratulate you for everything you've done through the years. Your name will be added on here forever. You know, we look at the winning team every year, and we know that in the true spirit of the game, the entire team causes the win. I looked at a couple guys today who had really outstanding games. The goal on both sides, the first and second half, the goalies really shut it down. I was really proud of you guys. Mikey and Christian, you did a great job. We saw a guy get a brand new record, took a record away from Coach Nissel. It's now Murphy's, and you know, it's something like that. It's pretty incredible. There was one guy today that really seemed to leave it all on the field, again, doing what the lacrosse has always been all about. We play this game because we love the game. We play the game because it's the toughest game of any game in sports, as far as I'm concerned. And somebody that showed that today more than anybody else is Steve. So at this point, I want to call Coach Wade out. We have been blessed to have one of the best lacrosse players in the world come and teach our boys how to play lacrosse. I'm proud to say that, John, you've been a great addition. I can't wait to see this come back home. I can't wait to see this come back home. I'm the only one that can say that on both sides. But John Lade, thank you, and congratulations to you and your team. Yeah!